Hello, I welcome you all in this webinar on Viewfind, open source and the power of community. We are fortunate enough to have Damian Kaj with us. He is not only the lead developer of Viewfind, I consider him as the role model of future librarianship. And so it is very difficult to present something on Viewfind in front of the lead developer of Viewfind, you can understand, but still I am trying my best. So my topic is Viewfind and India, Viewfind at India in India, what we are doing and what we are trying to do, and what is the future of this very promising open source library discovery system. For the record, the Viewfind initiative started in this subcontinent. This subcontinent I meant Bharat, Pakistan, then Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, the entire Indian subcontinent, what we call. The first initiative started in Bangladesh. Brak University, their Ayesha Abed library first implemented Viewfind way back in 2011. That particular library contributed the Koha Viewfind driver, which is basically linking Koha at the back end and Viewfind in the front end. So that driver they developed and contributed to the resource pool of Viewfind in 2013. But unfortunately, they are still using Viewfind 2.2, whereas we are in the release series 6.x and 7.0 is in the pipeline. In India, what we are doing, I will be telling you. But before that, let me explain, because there are lot many youngsters actually taking part in this webinar, and most of the esteemed colleagues from different libraries are also there here. So I will take this as an opportunity to tell you that what Viewfind can do for us. You see, in the if you take any open any academic library in India, be it a college library, be it a university library, or be it a research or special library, we are basically working in silos. Suppose here my user is here. I am using suppose an array of open source software to provide different kind of library services. I have Koha at the back end to provide library OPAC, Greenstone to handle different kind of e-resources, e-books, etc. DSpace I am having for offering institutional digital repository services. And apart from this in-house databases, web-enabled databases, a typical academic library may have different kind of external resources like subscribe resources, electronic databases, different kind of open access resources we are providing nowadays, because almost 100% of the knowledge objects will be made available in open access channel by 2030. That is estimated by a group of researcher in Harvard University recently. So you see, we are offering a bouquet of information services to our users, but these are available as non-related silos. So if my user need a book, they need to go to Koha. If they need an e-book, they can come to Greenstone. If they need a full text thesis, they need to go for DSpace. Then you can easily understand that this will be repeated for any number of journal portals, any number of electronic databases, or any number of open access resources we are handling. Unfortunately, most of this back-end service providing software are using different retrieval techniques and different metadata schema at the core. So as a user, suppose I am a user of an academic library, I am facing a steep learning curve. I need to know different retrieval techniques of the different retrieval software utilized by the library. Then I need to move from one silo to another silo, then another silo, to have a comprehensive search on all aspects or all formats of the documents the library is having or library is subscribing. Take it from me as a user of an active user of a library. When we search in a kind of library database, we do not think whether it's a book. Format is not important. if the information is coming from the book is welcome, if it is coming from the full text thesis, this is also welcome. So when a user searching a particular library interface, they do not much care about the format or from where it is coming. But in place of that expectation, or against that expectation, we are offering them different kind of retrieval silos. So the future possibly a single, so this can be termed as multi-point retrieval system. That is the present situation in Indian academic libraries. In place of that, we are now going towards the integrated layer retrieval or a single point retrieval system. In the recent future it may happen, where all my internal databases available, backend services like Koha, Greenstone, DSpace, all will be integrated. And if I need full text searching also, then I can integrate full text extractor like Apachetica. Then all my external resources and subscribe resources can be integrated through API, and Viewfind has got a beautiful mechanism that is called query forwarding mechanism. Any number of services I can group and I can integrate in the user interface. So there in future everything can be available from a single discovery layer, and it will be Google like simple and at the same time opaque like elegant. At any point of time user can move up to call the advanced search interface and do different kind of complex retrieval performance. So right from 2013 we started this initiative, and Viewfind community helped me in a great extent to configure or to learn all this kind of things. So before going into much more details about my presentation, let me very quickly show you how we can integrate different kind of retrieval silos inside our Viewfind, and then I will come back again to this presentation. Say I am just trying to show you a real life example, because many of the library professional expect that the the operational part of retrieval discovery system will also be available as a GUI, but that is not the case. All kind of performance and operation you need to do in a terminal based system, and the result or the product of that particular performance will be available as web enabled services. So this is a confusion, there is a confusion of this, because in most of the open source software we use in Indian subcontinent are providing the GUI based operational activities. So let me show you how can we do that. So I am calling my OPEC. Now suppose I am just trying to replicate here a real time situation. Suppose this is my OPAC. My user can come here and can search book. Now Koha we are using most of the academic libraries in India. We started using that way back from 2007-8. Then Koha eventually become supportive to different kind of open standards. One of them is the WebIPMage standard. You can make Koha compatible with WebIPMage. Let me show you. So I can call different kind of verbs related to this one. You can see here I can call OAI.pl and verb is equal to identify. So Koha can respond all 6 so suppose all 6 OAI-PMage verbs are now supported by Koha. I can call any verb and it will be responding. Now for the last for 4-5 years Koha is also trying to become ILSDI compatible. Let me show you that this is ILSDI.pl in Koha, and Koha presently supporting all almost all ILSDI functionalities. There are altogether 25 functionalities. Koha supports almost all 18, and rest they have actually transferred the responsibility, they have transferred to OAI-PMage. So these are the ILSDI level. There are 3-4 levels: level 1, level 2, level 3 and level 4. So you can check that what are the functionalities supported by Koha. So suppose recall item or cancel recall is not yet supported by Koha. So what is ILSDI? ILSDI is a protocol which can help us to make a link between Koha instance or any ILS instance with the discovery layer. So the full form of ILSDI is integrated library system hyphen discovery interface. So you can link any ILSDI compatible or compliant open source, open source or closed source ILS with any kind of discovery system like Viewfind, Blacklight, extensible catalog, etc. So that is the beauty of the protocol. In real time it can fetch bibliographical item related information, that is whether this book is available or not, whether it is issued or not, when it will be due, and all kind of OPAC like functionalities now can be supported through Viewfind or any discovery layer. So this is all about Koha. Koha is ready with OAI PMH and ILSDI. So suppose most of the libraries in India also use Greenstone. So that is the Greenstone 3 we are using. Greenstone is also fortunately OAI PMH compatible. So here you can see this is the I am running Greenstone in my local host. It is also OAI PMH compatible. So all the VAPs, OAI PMH VAPs are supported by this one. So similarly DSpace I am having, and DSpace is also OAI PMH compatible. Now in normal situation, what my user will be doing, they will go to Koha OPAC for book, they will come to Greenstone for ebook, they will go for full text thesis or faculty publication to DSpace. Instead of that, we can make a single window search interface for my user. So this is presently blank. Let me show you, although this is not a tutorial, but let me give you an idea that what can be done with this. So I am now calling my terminal. You see all these three components I will be linking: Koha, Greenstone and DSpace very easily. So first I am calling or retrieving. So any discovery interface has got three major part. One is called the harvester, which collects or gathers data. One is the indexer, which will index all kind of data. Viewfind is using Apache Solr for that purpose, and a user interface, which what you can see in the screen. So I am now calling Koha. So I am calling the harvester. It will interact with Koha. As Koha OAI PMH compatible, it can give data back to Viewfind as a harvester. So possibly this Koha instance got around 35 records. Now you see Viewfind snatch all 37 records from that Koha. Now I will harvest from DSpace. So same command, but the section name is DSpace. I have to define the sections inside OAI.ini in Viewfind. You all know from the manual of Viewfind. So you see in a lightning speed, it actually harvested all 20 records from my DSpace. Now the last one I am harvesting, that is Greenstone, the same command. So here section name is GSDL3. So it snatched around 11 records from Greenstone. So DSpace and Greenstone, you can also go by collection wise, that entire DSpace or Greenstone I don't want to harvest, I want to harvest a specific collection. That is also possible through section declaration. Now all these are available. Now you see here in the Viewfind, this is the home folder of Viewfind. Here under local harvest folder, now these three folders are available: DSpace, GSDL3, Koha. If I go to Koha, you see all 37 available in mark XML format. Now I want to index Koha. So what I will do, from the same interface, I will call the indexing script batch import mark.sh, then the section name. So it will now index all 37, and you see in this particular folder Viewfind is taking one record at a time, indexing it and actually transferring this record to the process directory. So after the indexing process will be over, every records, every single record in this particular directory will be moved to the process directory. Same thing will be happening with the Greenstone and DSpace. So let us wait a bit. Meanwhile, let me tell you that we can even go for the full text indexing if a particular ebook is attached with your Koha record, that is the tag number 856, but I am not utilizing here Apachetica as a full text indexer because it will take time for obvious reason. That is not quite suitable for a 30-minute demonstration. So we are almost done. As Mark XML is a very comprehensive metadata schema, it is taking little bit of time, but that won't be happening with the lightweight schema like Dublin Core. So now you can see that one by one records are going to the process directory. So next we will be indexing all the records harvested by ViewFind from DSpace and Greenstone 3. Then we will be showing you that what is the result of this process. So done. Now I am moving to DSpace folder, so to show you that the same thing happening here also. So now I am this time I need to call batch import XSL file. Then I have to give the section name DSpace. Then I have to call the properties file dspace.properties. There we can define what particular XSL file it will be using for indexing, then what is the collection name and everything. So you see here what happens. Now the same thing is happening in a lightning speed. Now we are again moving to Greenstone, that is the last one. So I am clearing the skin and again calling the same script, but this time the section name will be gsdl3 and properties will be gsdl3 dot properties. So now all 11 records indexed within second. Now you see what is the result. Now comes the moment of truth. Now if instead of this Koha, then Greenstone, then DSpace, now I can provide this search interface to my user, and if I refresh it, you see what happens. So now all records I can have. If I click the typical ViewFind retrieval interface, it can by definition every library professional knows that retrieval is a mixture of a judicious mixture of search and browse. So ViewFind is a excellent retrieval tool which supports search, advanced search as well as the browsing, different browsing keys. Say for example, I can browse by call number, I can browse by language, or here you see I can browse by collection. I harvested three things: library OPAC from Koha, DSpace and Greenstone. So section name you can give and that section name will be reflected here. Let us search something. So I am searching on web, a very generic search in entire Koha discovery. So it can show me that this is a full text document coming from DSpace. This is again a full text document. This is a book coming from Koha OPAC, and in real time I can see the availability of holdings, that is the holdings data. So these two books are available and both are available for issuing. I can place a hold. So this is what I am using here to connect Koha and ViewFind is simple Koha driver, but we can also opt for ILSDI driver, multi backend driver. I will be coming to that. Now ViewFind also provides a combined search. Say for example, I am searching here web or farming. So it will be retrieving. You see what happens. So this is called bento box search. So if I am searching Weber farming, so it is saying these are the books available from library database, these are the faculty publications available from DSpace repository, and these are the e-books available from Greenstone. So this is called a combined search interface of Viewfind, very advanced level. Any number of column and rows you can create. So presently I am having only 3 columns because I have at the back end I am having 3 entities, one from Koha, one from DSpace, and one from Greenstone. So if I can click here for more catalog result or more repository result or more result from LFL ebooks, etc. So this is the advantage. I don't want to my users don't have to go different retrieval silos. They don't want to have run from pillar to post. Now this Viewfind interface we can integrate with e-learning packages also. Say for example, this is the module we are using. Now here you can see, so library discovery interface. So this is the called LTI interoperability standard. Through LTI you can add any number of search services inside module. Now suppose I am searching web in all field from Viewfind. So right from the same interface, my user or my learner from e-learning system, here module we are using, so they can have all a result from Viewfind directly inside the module interface. Anyone they can check from here and they can go for it. So this is the advantage. I hope you can understand. Let us go back to the presentation mode again. So now you understand that what is the advantage of an integrated retrieval by using library discovery system like Viewfind in place of the present retrieval silos in academic libraries. So what we did so far in the I actually got attached with Viewfind right from 2013. It's almost 6-7 years. So during this period we developed one special issues, and I am thankful to CSIR. They invited us to prepare a special issue on library discovery system. You all know the name of this particular library journal, very famous in India, Annals of Library and Information Studies. And Damien Kaj helped us extensively. Not only he contributed a paper in this particular issue, but he also guided us how to go for the special issue on discovery systems and many more things. So we are very much thankful and grateful to Mr. Damien Kaj. Other publications we did during this period, one is the Designing Web Skill Discovery System Viewfind. It was published in Library High Tech, where we actually compared Viewfind with other 2 competitive open source software. One is the Blacklight and another is the Extensible Catalog. So we took different parameters: organization, indexing, search interfaces, advanced search interfaces, backend technologies, different kind of enhanced search option like geodetic search, etc. So we compared, we prepared almost 45 to 50 different parameters under 5 group, and then we compared Blacklight, Extensible Catalog, and Viewfind. Viewfind came with a flying color against this particular comparative study, and this is a very well accepted paper in the LIS domain internationally. Then recently we published a paper on SpaceCat, so that multi backend driver kind of thing we applied for ISRO libraries along with the help of one of my student working there. So this paper published in World Digital Libraries, how to design a virtual union catalog for a group of interrelated organizations. We translated the Viewfind in Bengali language, and the Bengali language translations available inside Viewfind or the Viewfind release cycle right from the version 3.0.1. Recently, with the help of students and scholars, Mr. Nurul Alam of ISRO library, they developed PRL library, physical research laboratory. They developed a Hindi interface of Viewfind, and we also contributed that one in the Viewfind release cycle. It is now included from version 6.1 onwards. Then the multi backend driver we successfully implemented. We are thankful to Damian and Array Mozilla for their active help in shaping this multi backend driver for our purpose. Multi backend driver is already available in the Viewfind release cycles. We tuned a bit to suit our requirement. So we have many instances of Koha at the backend, instance 1, 2, 3 and any number. So these are all OAIP image compatible. Each of these having a single Koha ILS DI driver. So this driver in front of this driver we prepared a proxy driver kind of thing, multi backend driver, which is already available inside Viewfind, tuned a bit, and finally we can fetch real time item level status from each of these instances in one go. So on the by using that particular thing we developed SpaceCat. So you can see all libraries are included, all ISRO libraries, and anyone if search, so suppose someone search something, so this book is available from VSSC library and this book is available from ISRO headquarter library. So in the same interface, I like IntCat or WorldCat, they are having only bibliographic resource information, but we can generate both metadata level information, that is the availability of the document as well as the availability of the copy in that particular library in real time by using ILSDI interface of Koha and ILSDI driver of Viewfind by using the multi backend driver at the front end. So all kind of OPAC functionalities are also possible to replicate inside Viewfind interface. So my user, by using their same OPAC credential, that is login and password, they can enter through Viewfind. They can check their find statement, their search history, their issue return history. They can place hold. So everything what you can do in a library OPAC, now you can do in the Viewfind interface, and and at the same time you can have resources coming from different other services from the library. So Viewfind can easily replace OPAC of many library automation software, and the trend is that the Quali-OLE or the in the LSP in the pipeline Folio, they won't be having a OPAC kind of thing. So they will expose their metadata over OAIP image, and a discovery system like Viewfind will provide the search result. Already a Folio driver, the grant came to Viewfind community, and Damian Kaj is actively working on it to provide a driver which can interact Folio and Viewfind in future. West Bengal Library Association came up with WebLibNet. So presently they are covering 9 libraries. So all 9 libraries are can be searched from the center in a single index by using Viewfind. The web address you can see from here, weblibnet.balacal.org/Viewfind. So I do hope that many other college libraries will be part of this great initiative taken by Bengal Library Association. And other things we are trying to do here, that is the geodetic search and other thing. Recently NDL, National Digital Library, called us for their recent international seminar on digital library, knowledge engineering. So there I presented that how Viewfind can be utilized as a geodetic search interface, where apart from utilizing different kind of Boolean operators and linking them, suppose I want to retrieve iron ore books related to iron ore in different parts of India. So the present situation is that I can give iron and place X or place Y or place Z and so on. So in place of that kind of thing, we can integrate the geographical map inside it. So every bit of it is based on open source. Leaflet is basically the JavaScript library. Map is coming from OpenStreetMap, and this is working. NDL is very much interested. Possibly they are going to implement this technology inside their interface in recent future. We started one special softcore elective on library service platform, where one unit is completely dedicated to library discovery. That is available for the final semester student. Recently, with the Department of Library Information Science, Jadavpur University, we're trying to develop one open source curricula on library discovery system. There will be 5 units and the entire courseware will be available free of cost on Moodle platform. So it is in the pipeline. It will be supported by 4 quadrant approach, that is each topic will be supported by text, presentation, video tutorial, further reading list and a kind of evaluation, MCQ based evaluation. So we are very hopeful that it will be coming up after this lockdown phase is over. So our course presently we are offering, that is also available in Moodle. Any one of you who are interested can take part. We will be opening this course from the August onwards, after the when the final semester examination and evaluation part will be over. And I already show you that how Viewfind can be integrated effectively inside different other system like Moodle. Road ahead, very important for us. We need more translation in IndexKit. Nowadays people are taking much more interest in Viewfind from different parts of the country. So we need to form a user group and we need to go for systematic development of IndexKit based translation of Viewfind. So far many college libraries and only a few university libraries are using Viewfind. So we need to motivate elite educational institutes like IITs, NITs, that they can go for Viewfind in place of the costly commercial discovery services. They are all using discovery services, but those are very costly. For example, some software is taking rupees 60 lakhs per annum, and that is on the basis of SaaS model, software as a service. So they are taking 12 to 16 lakhs per annum for that kind of service, which we can do with the Viewfind in the same way, and in some cases in a better way, almost free of cost. Viewfind need to be included in the curricula of LIS schools in India. We are trying hard. I am trying to motivate many of my colleagues in different library schools in the country. For example, Central University Gujarat recently included Viewfind, and I promised them to take a series of online workshops on Viewfind. So comprehensive training workshop required, Viewfind user meets in India if the critical mass gathered, and the complete package of Koha, Displace, Greenstone, Omeka, Moodle, Viewfind on Ubuntu or Debian in a pre-configured way. So that means that user don't have to connect the dots. It will be available in a pre-configured way in a off the shelf product, so that they can write from the day one they can utilize Viewfind or practice on Viewfind. We are in the process of developing such one on Ubuntu LTS 20.04. Possibly within a month we will be uploading in SourceForge or GitHub. Now expectation from Viewfind in Indian subcontinent, as Damien is present here, let me put forward these expectations. More tutorials on different aspects of Viewfind, and it is not possible for the core developer of Viewfind to do that. So more user participants required. We are ready to offer our help for developing that kind of tutorials. Emphasis on interoperability. So possibly the virtual learning in the academic sector is the new normal now. So Viewfind needs to support different kind of learning tools interoperability. I have shown you the one-way integration of Viewfind in Moodle, but the other way integration, right from Viewfind I can select a book that will be reflected in my Moodle. That kind of both way linking requires LTI support. So Viewfind community already opened up a Jira ticket on him. Let's hope for the best. All Viewfind enthusiasts in Indian subcontinent should come together to form a user group for effective transfer of knowledge, and easier process to include different kind of external services like book reader, text analysis services, etc. different tabs. That is also our expectation. And better and more efficient use of linked open data, particularly authority data sets. Viewfind already supports authority data sets in a beautiful way, but still there are many linked open data sets are available, and that we can utilize inside Viewfind. And easy integration of cultural and heritage object metadata like Lido, Spectrum, Midas, CDWA, etc. alongside the learning object metadata like LOM, LRMI, CANCORE, GEMS, etc. very easily inside Viewfind. So if these things are happening in the coming futures, Viewfind will be a champion, and another revolution just we did with Koha can happen in India with Viewfind. So that's all from my side. Thank you Damian for joining us. Thank you BLA for conducting this kind of workshop.